Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So the last video I was talking about budgeting and saving, which is very important. Why it's so important is so that you understand what you're able to save after all of your expenditures, all of your debt, all of the negative things that are depreciating you. That's depreciating your income, your assets, your liabilities, right? You got your assets here, you got your liabilities here bringing you down. You want to continue to raise these assets so that you can pay for the liabilities, but without crippling yourself financially. And by doing so, you need to have a plan in place. You need to have some structure, right? But here's for the people who have some debt that they're still working to get off. Maybe you have 5 credit cards, 20K in student loans, and a car loan with about $400 payment on it. Yes, I'm talking to you, the person that I probably got super accurately on this quote just now. The first thing you want to do is you want to look at that credit card debt. The reason why I say you want to look at the credit card debt is because that car loan is on a monthly plan that if you keep playing, eventually you'll pay it off completely. Hopefully you did not lease the vehicle just because it was cheaper. I know a lot of people who have leased new vehicles, especially these new electric vehicles like Teslas and things like that, in the hopes of I don't know what they were hoping, to be honest. They just wanted something nice and fancy and they thought the lease was the best option. No financial planning, no nothing, which is okay, but we need to get back on the right track. So if you finance the vehicle or lease the vehicle, understand that there's a time limit on it. So we need to focus on other things that may um, weigh you down more significantly. Now, if your car payment is $700, $800, $900 a month, then that is something that may need to be addressed because that is just way too expensive for the average American. And so we need to understand why you're putting down rent money on a vehicle, right? So that would be a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But if your car payment is less than that, then we can focus on the credit cards that need to be paid off. The credit cards you want to do smallest to largest, regardless of the interest rate. The reason for this is because when you pay off one with a minimum payment, you now have all that extra money to now put towards the next one. And so you'll be able to pay off these things a lot quicker once you get rid of all the small other charges. So if your minimum payment is 25 on one, 40 on one, 50 on another, if you can pay off those three small balances, you now have close to $100 extra to then throw onto the bigger credit cards, the bigger debts, and wipe that away. Once you've wiped off all your credit card debt, you can now focus on taking off that car loan, which you have been paying monthly, and already reducing the time frame in which you owe the car manufacturer or the bank for this loan. So again, you're paying off that loan while erasing your credit card debt. And once you've erased the credit card debt, you can now attack the car loan. For me personally, it was about 2020. That was the only time that I've had a car loan. It may not be the last time, depending on my financial planning and my financial strategy. But in 2020, when I had the car loan, it took me maybe 6 to 8 months to pay it off. And I had already put down a down payment of about half of the money, maybe a little bit more than half. I think the car was about 15 grand, and I had put down about 8 grand at the time. So again, I was always investing, always saving, which I don't really advocate for when paying off items. But with me, I've always had a plan in place. I could have paid off the vehicle at any time. I was building credit, which I do not advertise for the average person because you don't have the full amount to pay off the vehicle right away, right? If you did, you probably wouldn't be financing it. But that amount that I did have was invested since I didn't use it to pay off the vehicle. And the new money that I was making, I was working aggressively harder, even though I was in a salary position, so that I can get promoted, so that I can pay it off quicker. And although I did not get promoted in a timely manner, I was saving so aggressively that I actually had a huge income to throw at that without affecting my investments whatsoever. And even when I got into car trouble where um, my car needed to be repaired and I had to buy a rental for a week or two, or I needed to get carpool to work, or whatever the case may be, I did not um, go into debt or pull out my investments or do things that I shouldn't have done in order to be able to go to work. I did not do anything that would jeopardize my ability to pay off this vehicle in a timely manner. I did not go begging for help or seeking out others. Knowledge is power, and there's always a way. If there's a will, there's a way. And people tend to forget that. People tend to go for the easiest thing. I cannot stress enough that it is not always easy to do certain things. But if you have a will for it, right, you're going to get it done. Not everybody's going to carpool. Not everybody is going to buy the rental for a week to get to work while your car is in the shop. Other people is going to say, you know what, I need to trade this car in for something more new, for something that won't break down, for something. I got an older car than that one now that I've had now for about 2 years that has given me far less problems than the Chevy Cruze Premier that I had when I first moved here. And that car looked so beautiful. It was super attractive. I had everybody trying to get with me at that point in time because of how my car looked. But now that I have this older Honda Civic, I'm telling you, there is zero problems. Okay, zero problems when it comes to me getting to and from work. And I'm spending so much less money on car repairs and maintenance and all that other stuff. So I'm telling you, sometimes you really got to think about what you're doing. Everybody always says, "Oh, the newer car is the safest and this and that." Honestly, the older car is the one that's making me even more money than I thought it would. So, um, you got to make that decision for yourself when it comes to your vehicle, when it comes to your finances. But again, you want to pay off the debts. Use that credit card. Use your credit card debt the right ways, and pay it off so that you can pay off the cars, and then attack the student loans if you have student loans. From there, you will be super successful because you've already understood that bad debt shouldn't be in your life. Now that you've understand that, you can now start to accumulate assets more rapidly. So do not focus on investing at the same time that you're taking away debt, because that's just going to prevent you from getting rid of the bad debt quicker, especially if you have not felt what it's like to be debt free, right? I didn't have any debt outside of the car. Student loans was paid off from the very first day. I didn't even have a student loan, right? I was paying my bills on time. I never carried any loan balance on my credit card. Even now, I just paid off about $7 grand on my credit card, and it wasn't even due till the next month. But I just didn't even want to look at it. I said, "Hey, you can have that." I could have been growing that 7K with 4.3% interest in the savings account right now. But I said, I don't even want that as much as I don't want to think about this credit card, right? So that's another reason to just pay things off on time. If I really wanted to be meticulous and budget everything out 100%, I could and actually make a little bit more money, but it's not worth it. It's absolutely not worth it to carry any type of credit card debt. Let me go ahead and put this light up since one of my lights came off. I want you guys to get good video quality when you watch my videos. Let me slide over here so you can get that good video quality. So again, when we talk about paying off debt, I do not want you to focus on investing before you focus on being debt free. Once you're debt free, we can now start talking about investment strategies, which we will talk about in later videos. So if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe Focus on eliminating the smallest to largest debts that you have, and then go, go, go. If your car loan is your smallest debt, just pay what you're supposed to pay and focus on the credit cards that you're supposed to pay off. Why? Is because your car loan is on a 5 to 7 year time frame, maybe less. And I believe that after you pay off all your credit cards, you'll be in a strong position to pay off the car regardless. So focus on everything else outside of the car, and you will be where you need to be. All right, so if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You know I post every single day on YouTube and Rumble, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.